Video blog number 5, day number 2 of Barber School. Just want to break down day number 1. It was interesting to say the least. We go into this room. Mrs. E breaks down orientation for us, things that we need to understand, how to clock in, how to clock out, the rules, guidelines, all that type of stuff. And then we were there for about an hour, and the room was absolutely freezing. There's no heat in it at all. So already we were like, oh boy, and it was kind of a cold room to begin with. But after that was done, they threw us in with the rest of the class. There had to be 17, I think, to 20 guys that are future barbers. And my understanding is that we're just basically jumping in where that class left off the first semester before Christmas break. And that is colors, which is kind of like in the middle of what you have to learn. So it was funny because they don't communicate to us. They just say, go in this class, have a seat. And then we had a seat, and then it was, okay, here's some paints. They gave us the color yellow, blue, and red. And then basically this coloring book page with triangles, circles, and squares. And we had to make all these different colors. So it literally felt like, this is really elementary, but then you start to understand, okay, if you're going to color somebody's hair and you want a certain color, this is how you're going to have to make this work, these color combinations. So I was like, oh, okay, all right, that's cool. And then the bizarre thing was once that was done, it was like, okay, you're on your own. And I'm like, what? On your own? Yeah, so we get a point every time we observe a haircut. And so you can walk around observing people's haircuts and learning from them as much as you can. And then there's, a sanitary point too, where if you clean stuff up or make hot towels or whatever, you can do that as well. So day 1 was a success, and it was a success because I feel like I met a guy named David. He's from Holland. He was kind of a godsend. Kind of put me underneath his wing that first day and said, hey, this is what it's going to look like. This is what to expect. And I think the words of advice were the same that my brother gave me. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. And I noticed that the first day. I basically looked at everybody, and there's some people that can just basically disappear in the back of the barber room and not do anything and still graduate. And then there's others that are pretty dedicated to learning. And so hopefully, God willing, I know that's going to be me. I'm going to be dedicated. I'm going to be dedicated, and I need to stay focused on continuing to stay, dedicated to the craft, and most importantly, learning. And then throwing myself out there, and willing to make mistakes for the sake of getting better. So, yeah, that's really, that's really where I'm at. Thank God for David. I think I'm going to be his friend. He started in September, so I think he's got a little bit more. He's a little bit more than halfway done. So I got to be kind of by his side. I believe in my heart that I need to be in my mind, I got to be by his side and learning from him the best way I can. And just learning as much as I can from him, because he's been doing it for a long time. He's just getting the certification so he can do it legally. And man, that's a huge blessing for me, because I didn't know really where to begin. And it's great that he's my age, and it's great that he's so dedicated that that's the person. If I want to be great at this, that's the person I need to be around. So I thank God that he allowed David to be there. I still need to take advantage of that on a day-to-day basis and go from there. So that's day one. Jake hooked me up too, my brother. He says he's got some extra equipment, so I stopped over at his barbershop and got some equipment from him, stuff that he doesn't use anymore. So it was all in all a very good day. And I still have a long ways to go, but I'm excited that there is a path that I'm on, and I hope God narrows that path, and I need to continue to stay on it and just say, okay, this is what I got to do to be a good barber. So I got home and Daryl was there, Isaiah was there, and Phil was there, and they were all playing basketball, and I guess they were there for a long time just hooping, and I love that. I got to fix the floor. Some of those dead spots are really, really bad. So I got to figure that out. I don't know exactly how to figure that out, but that's what I need to do. So, but it's a blessing that Isaiah was out there. And Isaiah tended to run his mouth a little bit because he was a little insecure on making some mistakes. Granted, the kid is good. I think he can be so much better, and that's really what I'm hoping, that financially I can make some money on the side somehow, and get him into a trainer and still have money for gas and to fix my maintenance of my car, because I'm going to be putting a lot of miles on my car, and this car's already got 192,000 miles on it. But that's something I still have to figure out. Man, I hope I can figure it out, because it's going to be a challenge to financially make it and still be a good father, a good coach, trainer to my sons and my daughter, be a good husband to my wife. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And glad we again at night got together as a family, prayed. We need to continue to do that morning and night, and basically go from there. And God willing, God continues to bless our path. I know it's not at times not going to be easy, but it's a learning process as long as I stay positive and stay willing to learn and stay focused. I definitely can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but every day is work, and you just got to enjoy that work. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. On to day number 2, and I'm pretty sure I've got more to say, but it's not registering in my brain right now. But yeah, that's it. Vlog number 5 and day number 2 of barbering. Here we go.